Hey guys, it's me Kate again. So this video will be my TBR for September. In September, I'm participating in two readathons, one being Magical Readathon Orilium Novice Pet, and the other being Becca's Bookopolathon. Both are a month-long readathons. So yeah, because for Becca's Bookopolathon I need to roll board separately. I'll roll for that first, and then I'll roll for my normal round of Bookopoly, if that makes sense. So, roll number one. So this is my really simple version of the Bookopoly board. So the way I'm gonna do this is basically I put my elements and character cards instead of chance cards and community shelf, because that way it's easier for me. So let's begin with roll number one, which is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 monsters. So a book with monsters. Let me just, I think I'm supposed to have at least one book featuring monsters. So roll number one for Becca's Bookopolathon ended up being monsters, and I chose Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, because that was already on my TBR for Magical Readathon, because rolls for that dropped earlier, and for Magical Readathon it's for Novice Path entrance, read a book with a map. Don't know for like UK or US editions, but Croatian edition does have a map inside, so this ended up looking great. Even though I'm not completely sure if this first one has any monsters that are specifically said they are monsters, but I know that the rest of the series does, so I'm gonna use it. And in this series we're following an assassin called Selena Sardotian, who prior to the events of this first book has been caught, and in this book she's working in a mine at the beginning as a slave, and one day captain of the king's guard comes, takes her to the crown prince, who tells her that he wants her to be his champion in this competition to become king's assassin. Then go on to the roll number 2, which is a double 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is new. I think I have. The roll number 2 was new, which is about hype, so this is not a really new, but it's like new-ish. This is random, yeah. The Bear and the Nightingale, specifically the third book, Winter of the Witch, but that ended up being for one of the other roles, you'll see. So I'll just use this one. For it, and in this series we're following a girl named Vasya who lives in the northern Russian village, and because her mother died during childbirth, her father decides to remarry, and his new wife brings a priest with her. And Vasya and her stepmother can see all the Russian spirits, but her stepmother thinks they're demons. And this priest she brings along starts converting people in the village to Christianity, for which all spirits don't get the necessary sacrifices and can't protect the village from evil anymore. The next roll was, let's go on to the roll number 3. 11. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Spooky. Nope, no spooky books as far as I know. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the last letter of the book needs David, I don't have, I don't have any of those. So let's roll again. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Oh, randomize your TBR 2 times. It's random, which I need to do 2 books for, so I went on random number generator and generated The Winter of the Witch and the Spellslinger. The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Norton. Oh, I forgot to say the prompt for the Bear and the Nightingale for Magical Readathon is a violin read the book set in the forest or outside. So The Winter of the Witch is third book of that trilogy, and it's for Magical Readathon. It's for an elf, moon or stars on the cover or in the title, and if you can see there are stars on the cover. Yes, I decided to reread Spellslinger by Sebastian and Castell. So this book is about a guy named Kellen who is a mage and is just about to take his mage's trials, but his magic starts failing. So he decides to cheat as any normal person would. And for Orilium, it's for Orilium Academy, a book with a school setting. I'm not completely sure if they are in school in this one, but who cares? The next roll, to the last roll for Bookopolathon. At least it's not a double. It's 9. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 monsters. The next roll ended up being monsters again, and for that I chose Kind of Midnight second book in Throne of Glass series, so by Sarah J. Maas. I already told you what this is about, so no need to repeat myself. And I think I'm completely sure that I need to put 2 books for that. The next book is this Black Sands by Vanessa Passanen. So this font ended up confusing me, but in this one we're following a girl named Alfie Cascade. I'm not completely sure, this is a completely new book, so I'll just read you the back. So, an heir on the run. In 1 month, Alfie Cascade will turn 20 and take her seat on Council of Crea, an honor she's been preparing for her whole life. But when she lets a secret slip to her mother with devastating consequences, all her plans for the future crumble. Believing her people to be better off without her, she flees Crea, throwing away aboard a pirate ship bound for dangerous waters. A pirate captain who needs help. Captain Declan McCulling is a young compared to the Prince Lords, but after 12 years on the growling sea, he has earned the well-respected ship and the attention of the lords, who like nothing better than see him ruin. All he wants is to leave the Aisling Sea and his past behind him, but when his sister demands he find the enchanted dagger her rebel faction needs to overthrow the ruling council, he'll have to decide whatever to cast off all family ties or take the earliest voyage to waters guarded by sirens, only possible with help of last remaining Fae, currently imprisoned by the council. So this sounds ridiculous, but we both have sirens and Fae in this one. It can't be better. And I won this in Instagram giveaway for a pre-order, so this came recently, and I think I follow the author on Instagram, even so. Yeah. So that's it for Bookopolathon. Let's go into the Bookopoly. So now on to the Bookopoly. Let me just that way. So last month we ended up on middle grade or children's. At least I have only one of them, so it wasn't like I need to figure out on which to put my my bookmark on. So rule number 1 of Bookopoly. It's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 YA fantasy. I do have. So rule number 1 ends up being YA fantasy. And half wild, half lost. This is half lost. The other one is half wild. Did I say what kind of midnight was for Orilium? I didn't. This one for Orilium is Etheria. Read a book that features Fae or Elven characters. I just figured that out. So, Half Lost is a third book in Half Bad series. It's about a boy named Nathan who is a wizard and needs to escape before his 17th birthday because he needs to get the basically blood and gifts from a family member to become full-on wizard. And he's kept in this cage, but on the outside it's not everything as it seems. And for Orilium, this is for it has to be for something. Oh, it's for nothing in that Readathon. I just took it because I read first and we read first 2 books in August. Crazy me. The next book was Let's Go Roll number 2. Ooh, Gifted. I do have one of them. Gifted, and again one that I think won in a giveaway again. We have All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This is his memoir manifesto, and I don't really know what it's about. It says this in here, that in his groundbreaking young adult memoir, the prominent writer and LGBTQIA+ activist George M. Johnson shares both glorious and gut-wrenching memories of growing up black and queer in America. From getting bullied at the age of 5 to visiting flea markets with his loving grandmother to the thrilling frontiers of the first relationship, Johnson's early life is a profound tapestry of everyday experiences. As a rising star in cultural criticism, Johnson turns his passion for exploring intersectional identities to his own life by waving questions of gender, masculinity, brotherhood, family, and black joy throughout his stories. Posing the same questions to readers, he invites us to consider what social influences have governed our own lives. Most central to Johnson's journey is how to conceal his blackness and his queerness. Identities that are sometimes at odds in his story. The answer is reassuring testimony for queer men of color. They are equal parts to a whole and perfectly designed person. Bravery with which Johnson shares His story is breathtaking. All Boys Aren't Blue establishes his legacy as an essential voice among young adults for generations to come. Oh, this is his photo. I just figured that out, even though this ended up coming last week. And we also, in this book, have photos of his childhood. 10 years, I think. I haven't read the book, so. And this is not for Magical Readathon. This is only what I put on my Bookopoly TBR. So the next roll, what's hopefully gonna be our final roll. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TBR wet. I don't have any of those. So a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 historical fiction. Nope. 2. God damn it. 1, 2. But I don't have any classics. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not gonna need to read any of them in September for my school. So roll again. Nay, again a double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Manga. Could do it. Oh no, I have only one manga. I only have one manga, so roll again. It's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Science fiction. Okay, I have 2 of them. So that's so the next roll end up being sci-fi ×2, and I'll be going to reread Aurora Rising and Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jake Riso, even though I read both of them earlier this year. But the third book is coming sometimes in the second half of the year. I again forgot the date, but I know it's for sure on my wish list. But so in this one we're following, in most of these actually, we're following a squad 312, which is basically a band of misfits. So their squad leader Tyler Jones, who was star pupil of their generation, ended up being late for his graduation ceremony because he was saving a girl named Aurora. And because of that, instead of choosing the best of the best, he ends up with bottom of the barrel, which consists of a cocky diplomat with black belt in sarcasm, a sociopath scientist with fondness for shooting her bunkmates, a smart-ass tech whiz with Galaxy's biggest chip on his shoulder, an alien warrior with anger management issues, a tomboy pilot who's totally not into Thai, in case you were wondering, and of course, Aurora. This is actually a pick for one of the book clubs I'm part of for August. But I'll read it in September because, as I said, I read it earlier this year, so. And this is the sequel. for the Orilium, it's for my Bookopoly, so I'll go through few more books that are for Orilium. Mostly, one of them is not, but considering that first and third book in the series are, I need to read second book because you can't just jump from the first to the third book. So we have Child's Play by Danielle Steele, which is about this woman who is a lawyer and she has adult children and their secrets start to slip out. And for Orilium, this is for Ashton Tree, a book that keeps tempting you or is on top of your TBR. This is both. Then we have Blood Trust by Eric von Lusterbeer. If you have been following me for a while, I think I read this for last year's Magical Readathon or something like that. This is my dad's book that I took. He won't even notice. Literally, I read his book almost in the entirety and he only figured out when I was 50 pages from the end, and it was like 500-page book or even more. Oh no, it was over 700 pages. So the genius of figuring stuff out. So this is about a girl whose father in one of the earlier books in a series has become the President of the United States, and she is now preparing to become an FBI agent, but she becomes a prime suspect in the murder, which leads her to turning to National Security Advisor Jack McClure, who will help her, if I remember correctly. And for Orilium, this is for Obedient Falls, read a thriller or a mystery book. This is a political thriller. I'm sorry, it bumped my tripod. So the next book is The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. This is not for the Orilium, not Bookopolathon, but as I said, I have first book, which is The Bear and the Nightingale, and the third book, The Winter of the Witch. So I need to read this because I don't remember like all the plot points that happened, so I'll need to reread it. And then we have the second last book is The Organa Secret by Alan Hawkes, which is about this girl named Organa Vodro who dreams of freedom, but to get that freedom she dresses as a cabin boy named George, and then Lieutenant Lemnick Peyton sees this boy George being bullied and saves him, but Gorgana now doesn't know if she should reveal herself to him or not. And for Orilium, this is for Tower of Animation. Read a 5-star prediction. Even though I'm not completely sure will that be 5 stars. And the last book is Interview with a Vampire. You'll remember that I reread this earlier this year, but I had one prompt that was left unfulfilled, so I'll just do it now. So this is about the girl named Violet Lee who gets, after witnessing a A brutal massacre of 30 men gets kidnapped by a group of vampires who did that massacre, and they chase her to being taken to their court because turns out two of the vampires that took her are princes, one of whom being the heir to the throne and the other being his younger brother. Like, this book is ridiculous, and you know that I love ridiculous. So, you see, unannotated. Like, my annotations are genius. Because I annotated this upon a reread, you have like some ridiculous annotations, such as I'll read you the quote in Croatian because I have Croatian edition, so makni se od mene nakazo, imaš 10 sekundi prije nego što te šutnem u jaja, tako da ćeš poželjeti da se nisi rodio. Which my annotation is really jako korisno. So basically the quote tells us that she's going to punch him in the nuts if he doesn't move in 10 seconds, and he's vampire, he's not going to feel it, so it's really good decision. And for William, this is Ruin the Sky. Read a book featuring ghosts or haunted houses or other supernatural elements. This has vampire and the gigantic squid and really creepy forest. And what else? I don't know why do they have gigantic squid. Apparently it was a gift. I think that the genius who decided to give somebody a giant squid as a present is nuts, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's it for this video. Comment down below and let me know, are you participating in any of these two readathons? I might be doing some other readathon, I don't know. That's it for this video. Down below you have my social media, my email and some other stuff. And I'll see, if you liked it, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.